They are a good team. I don't think this next team gonna be good though.
Ooh, which one is that?
The Bengals. So reports came out. Well, it didn't come out because they seen Joe Burrow go down for the third time in 6 seasons, and he's gonna miss significant time. They say Joe Burrow is to have toe surgery. He's gonna be out for the next 3 months. I think the injury came around about the second quarter. Was it about the
Yeah,
second
before
quarter?
halftime.
Yep, right before halftime against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
And the question is, can the Bengals survive without Burrow?
Ooh.
Joe, I like the question. I'm gonna say no to keep it simple, but I'm gonna do this for my HOA partner because I know he in the chat somewhere typing this up. The question should be: is Joe Burrow injury prone?
Mm.
Because there's a lot of other quarterbacks that would get this label if they kept going down this way. And Joe Burrow's injuries, right? Torn ACL and MCL in 2020, missed 6 games. Dislocated his pinky finger in 2021. Then he had the MCL sprain. You know, they made the Super Bowl that year. Played through a calf injury in 2023. Had the wrist injury in 23, missed 7 games. And now he got the turf toe, missing 3 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know a few quarterbacks that went down and they say they're injury prone. I'm going to say these two guys are on the same bus. I'm not even gonna say the same bus. They live in the same apartment complex, but one just has a penthouse. Lamar Jackson and Dak Prescott, right? Because Dak got injured in some freakish ways, and people start saying, "Well, your quarterback injury prone, and he definitely don't know how to like stay healthy throughout the season." And now you got to start asking questions about if, right? So I would say Dak live on like the fifth floor. We know who in the penthouse. Still HOA, but Joe Burrow keeps finding ways. Well, now he doesn't find ways to get hurt because it's football. People won't get hurt. But Joe Burrow stays on the injury report. At some point, you got to ask that question. But Joe Burrow is also the same NFL agent that didn't vouch for an offensive lineman. The same Joe Burrow that says he want to get his guys paid. They went out and paid Trey. They went out and paid T. They went out and paid Chase. And of course, you want to pay Chase because that's your boy. But there's some other things where you need to allocate the money to make sure that you get the ball to your quarterback because there's a team that we cracking jokes about, but they're finding ways to win because they have the trenches. They have the offensive line and the defensive line. Trey is okay to have, but every time I think about Trey, I think about people that it's very bitter. But every time I think about Trey, I think about what would have happened if the Cowboys would have signed Michael Parsons. They would say, "Oh yeah, y'all got Michael Parsons," but then what? You got a $60 million quarterback. You got a $30+ million wide receiver. Now you got a $40+ million pass rusher who's
Mm.
undersized. Yes, I'm taking shots, but still hurt. Still hurt. But that's 90% of your cap space right there. So how are you going to build around this? Because again, you can't draft perfectly all the time. And sometimes these free agents, you got to pay them too. So you can't just makeshift a team and get to the Super Bowl. It's going to be tough. So can the Bengals survive? I think they win a few games. Do I think they make the playoffs? It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough road because again, Aaron Rodgers is still with the Steelers, and they're gonna find ways to win games. Again, it's still a new environment for them. The Ravens, well, you see what how they bounce back, and then, well, I don't know. The Browns, I forgot the Browns was over there. They ain't winning the division, I can tell you that. So it might be tough, but the AFC is still tough too because you got to think about the Chargers. They looking good. The Colts are looking good. There's a lot of teams that could take their spot. So in these 3 months, it's gonna be very, very tough. But they still got weapons to win games.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they can survive. I don't see how they make the playoffs though by the time he gets back.
Mm. Yeah, so it's crazy. You mentioned the injuries. I was gonna mention that, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mention the timing of the injuries. I feel like he gets hurt and at the bad times. Like his first time getting hurt, it was his rookie year. He could have won rookie of the year, and boom,
Mm.
he gets hurt. The second time he got hurt in 2023, like he said, they were 0-2 again, and then they were fresh off of a 4-game win streak, back-to-back wins over the 49ers and the Bills, playing Lamar Jackson on prime time. Lamar them got an early lead, and they started gaining momentum, and he got hurt and out for the season. And then, like you said, this year they finally go 1-0. He plays the most preseason games in time he ever played his career, and then he gets hurt in week 2. It's like, dang, they signed, they got Hutchinson, they got Hutchinson, Hendrickson, they got all they guys, and then he gets hurt. So I feel with Joe Burrow. And I'm with Cav. I wouldn't say he injury prone. It's a crazy stat. Joe Burrow, Andrew Luck. Did you know Andrew Luck in his career averaged 6.8 hits a game?
Mm.
Do you know Joe Burrow was at 6.6? He basically get hit the same amount of times as Andrew Luck, and Andrew Luck retired because he got hit too much. Think about that. So I don't think, like I said, I don't think so. I just think he gets so beat up behind the line. He does hold the ball too much. And so did Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was like, I need to be a hero. That's how he held on the turnovers too. But he gets hit a lot. Part of it's the offensive line, and part of it is Joe Burrow. All right. But as far as the Bengals go without Burrow, let's talk about Jay Browning. Jay Browning, he came in for Burrow in 2023. Came in for Burrow. All right. And he went 3-3 in his last he went 4-3 in the last 7 games in the season. And he had a 71% completion percentage, averaged 266 yards a game, 11 passing touchdowns, 14 total touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. So he wasn't that bad. But they said Burrow will be out for at least 3 months. At least 3 months. So best case scenario, I did 3 months from today. All right? Well, from Sunday. 3 months from Sunday. The next game will be December 14th. That's week 15 at home against the Ravens. Tomo, I'm going to read the games leading up to that game. And you tell me how many wins you hear. These are the games that are at home. The Lions, the Steelers, the Jets, the Bears, the Patriots, the Ravens. Okay. Probably see a couple of wins in there, a few wins in there, right?
2.
On the road, the Vikings. But that's without JJ McCarthy, obviously.
You could probably win that one.
The Broncos on the road, the Packers on the road, the Steelers on the road, the Ravens on the road, the Bills on the road. Oh, just like Javon said, literally the first thing, which I can show you, the first thing I wrote in my notes, they're cooked. That's what I put. That's what Vaughn said in the chat, in the comment section. He said, you seen their schedule, they're cooked. So I looked up his number. Okay, he looked good. Okay, he wasn't that bad 2023. And then I saw the schedule. I'm like, oh no, they're done. They're not making the playoffs, bro. I could see 5 wins at best, and they get 5 wins. That's 7, and Burrow got to come back and go 3-0, basically. And one of those 3-0s is against the Ravens. So, and 10 wins in the ALC just might not let you in the playoffs. So, I'm gonna say they're out. They're done. Hang it up.
That sucks. I went back and they definitely losing to Green Bay with that offensive line. What's that, week 6? Yeah, Mike is still gonna be on. Let me chill out because we gotta play Mikey in 2 weeks. But depends on how the Cowboys game go. Because if he look bad in the Cowboys game, it's gonna be all hell for everybody else after that. So yeah, they definitely lost that one. And then, like I said, Pittsburgh defense they gonna start clicking at some point, and it can get ugly for Jake.
Not just that, the Bengals defense itself.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, done, son. The timing of it is bad. Like you said, he just played, and then that's another thing too. This goes back to what we was talking about. Remember, I said Dak need to be out there in the preseason, at least to get his reps up.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of knew this was kind of coming based upon how the Bengals looked in the preseason. Like,
against us, especially.
Yes. And some of those games, that O-line was not blocking the way they needed to. And it was like, you sure you still want to keep playing them in this?
But he be doing too much. Burrow be doing too much sometimes.
It is kind of little highlight-esque where you're trying to make the big play every time. But when you got T. Higgins and Chase, I think that's the downfall. It's like they there. So
that's true. But he's not the most mobile guy.
That's true too.
Like, he want to sit in the pocket and deliver. So I don't understand why the Bengals aren't prioritizing that, like the offensive line.
And then the play calling needs to be quick plays. It needs to be quick. Like my man Chris say, man, I could drop back 3 steps and hand it off to Jamar Chase.
Like, that man said the highlight tape of the game, and it was great pitches. There you go, pitch and catch.
But that's what you got to do with that offensive line, because anything longer than that, you get this.
Get that run game going.
Yeah, and
But if
then
the all line is bad, it don't matter.
yeah, nah. Kev, I'm not gonna say Jake Browning is that Nick Foles. I might say Cooper Rush. He gonna do
No,
enough to get the fans hyped, but I don't. He not
Jake,
making no Super Bowl push.
but Nick Foles don't turn the ball over. He didn't turn the ball over a lot with y'all. Like he be turning the ball over. Jake, the man threw 3 interceptions against the Jaguars. He threw three, and they still won. That's crazy. Because Trevor Lawrence threw three too. I think.
Oh, they put up like 30 something points, huh?
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. They had 7 when Burrow got hurt too. I think.
See what happened
But
when you got
but
score
Trevor,
40?
when you got what?
Remember last year they was like, the offense, they gotta put up 40 points. Cowboys had to put up 40 and won. They put up 40 and lost. So Jake might be the thing. Jake might be the truth.
I'm telling you,
Oh,
man.
oh. Some of back
Hey,
straight. I think they
yo.
beat the Vikings.
I mean, the Vikings got a defense, bro.
Yeah, but they having a tough time on offense too.
They are, but I'll take the Bengals. I'll take the Vikings offense against the. No, I don't know.
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
the Bengals, who they back on quarterback? I don't know who their backup quarterback is.
For the Vikings.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. And Aaron Jones just got put on IR too.
yeah, they got Jordan Mason though. I like
Yeah,
he not Aaron Jones, but he's a younger back. He's younger, and Aaron Jones, bro, like the man is bound every year, every year. Dog.
Carson. Oh yeah, it's Carson Wentz. Thank you, Carson.
Carson Wentz. I saw Desmond Ritter. Yeah, they had sound Desmond Ritter too, but Carson Wentz was, oh my goodness.
Yeah, never mind. The Vikings gonna win that game too because Carson gonna throw it up.
Yeah,
Jett is about to have a day.
I mean, Trey Hendrickson could put fear in Carson Wentz though.
I think
He
Vikings.
gonna throw it. He gonna throw it to Jettas. No, for sure. He gonna throw it to Jettas. You right.
The
You
Vikings O
right.
line could probably hold up for one player. Like you just slide the protection one way, tell Carson,
Mm-hmm.
hey, get it out quick. We got the running backs. It'll be a tough one. But you might be onto something. I second guess it.
But I'm not gonna lie. The Bengals defense are looking better than last year so far.
Yeah, but they not. No, like you said, coming back December 4th, you might as well just take the season off
If they in the playoff hunt, you come back.
if they in the playoff hunt. But
Um,
by October 26th, when they going up against the Jets, and you look at the rest of the AFC, you might just
That's getting
want
tough. I don't know why. It's a division. Their division is tough already.
yeah, because you coming off, you gonna already have what? Well, they beat Cleveland. You probably gonna have another divisional loss to the Steelers. So now you're gonna be 1-1 in the division again. Like you said, December 14th, you probably lose to the Steelers again. You're gonna lose to the Ravens without him. So that
You get swept by the Ravens without him. You get
yeah,
swept.
that
You
hope
might
is
get swept by the
already
Steelers too.
yeah, that hope is already gone, Joe. And like I said, in the AFC, there's a lot of teams that's looking nice right. Well, it's week 2, but it's
And
looking
they
nice
might
right
lose to
now.
the. Oh, sorry. Okay, you
No,
are.
that's it. I was just saying looking nice right now. Go ahead.
I was about to say the Browns, but they played the Browns last game of the season, so if Burrow were to come back, he would be there for that. But the Browns play on tough every time, too. Yeah, Chase got to be. Yeah, he was out there last time when Brownie came in, so
No,
we'll see
no, I
what
think he's
happens.
saying he need
But
to
I think it's
leave.
over.
I think he's saying he need to request a trade.
Oh, he got to get out of there. Dang.
Yeah.
Nah, his guy said he's got paid. That man has got his bread.
Gotta go to the highest bidder, man. It's time to go.
Yeah,
Yep.
no,
See, so
I mean,
he gotta go.
I
He
mean, the
got to
word is
go.
fine.
Is
You
it
know,
fine?
we yeah, it is.
Is
Look, it's
it?
behind you. Look, you got in your background.
Is it fine though? I'm gonna let you finish your thought, but is it?
Technically, no. But if we talk about technically the actual the Tomo River water, no. But yeah, it's fine. Oh, go ahead, do your thing. Back.
Nah, you was about to say one more thing before I went that way.
We gonna get Brian Thomas Jr.
You get y'all. I hate to say, it, y'all might end up with one of them LSU boys.
It's gonna be hard to get neighbors. He with the Giants, bro. Like it's gonna be hard to get him. He gonna have to walk. But Brian Thomas Jr.
Joe,
What?
if I'm neighbors at Egypt, they gonna have to put. I'm pulling a Micah. Y'all gonna have to. Y'all gonna have to pay me the bag the day of I can get an extension. Because the way this Giants team looks, if you keep Dayball around, I'm out, bro. I can't.
Especially if we're winning. Ask Terry, is it firm? I mean, he asked him, is he firm? He gotta get warmed up for the season.
Yeah, but nah, if you neighbors, bro, the talent is there. And I'm just looking at what happened with Odell. What I tell you about the Odell game? I said they look good, but they lost. He looked good, but they lost. Is he gonna be on the Browns soon?
Bro, I'm telling you, man. It's like Garrett Wilson. Like the man,
Yeah,
like he's a talented receiver, but they keep losing.
like bro, you can't keep. Yeah, man, like you gotta get out of there. Well,
Um, I mean, the GM, bro. I mean, look at their team, bro. Like,
I
I
think
mean,
it's the GM. I
look
think
who he
Dabo would
working
be a
with.
better. Yeah, I think he would be a better coach. They're not giving him nothing.
Yeah, look who he working with. They are terrible in the old trenches. Like, come on, man. Chris Olave.
I ain't gonna
Chris
lie, Chris.
Olave. Derek Carr was feeding that man in the hospital balls. Shout out to
I'm Chris Olave. I'd have got
he,
out of there myself.
yeah, he should have been left for his
I need a
safety.
doc. Yeah, a doctor's note is my trade. I'm getting out of there. I'm getting out of there. Them passes was crazy. Nah, I'm not benching Russ.
Yeah, nah, I mean, what's the rush? No pun.
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Ain't no my bad. You got to keep Russ. They even brought Jackson that game. Matter of fact, Joe.
He slipped too.
Before we even get into the details of what you going through right now, just go back a few topics, bro. They even threw Jackson Dart out there like they was up 40. Like, what were you thinking?
Oh no,
The
it
plays
was a
work.
Packers play.
Yeah, no. You need to win this game. If they didn't work, that's just dumb. Like the plays worked, but
No, not one. One he slipped. Remember, he
oh
slipped
yeah,
on
that
one
one. But the
time.
first one, Cam, straight up the
Yeah,
middle.
I know, right? It was a handoff. It throws you off. I like that. I thought the Steelers should have did that a lot more with Fields last year. Had packages drawn up for him, and then throughout the game, you throw him in there. That's what Kyle Shanahan did with Trey Lance. Remember, Jimmy Garoppolo? It was first down, they couldn't score. It was red zone. I mean, goal line. First time they couldn't score. Second time they couldn't score. Third time they couldn't score. Trey Lance, come out here. Fake handoff, run the ball, and touchdown.
And then he ended up starting.
I know, right? That's what Jimmy G days were number after that play.
That's why if Jackson Dart would have threw the ball one of them plays, I ain't gonna lie, I would have gotten the huddle and said, I know what we doing here, fellas, but hey, neighbors, give me one, bro. We gonna do a play action and I'm throwing it up, neighbors. Like, I gotta give me one. We in Dallas, man. It's on the big screen. I might have got cut, but hey, somebody gonna sign me after that one.
Facts.
Man.
Facts.
Now let's back to it. The water